Bada boom! Realest one in the goddamn room. How you doing? I am your host, Thabreakmaster, and we are here today for more seasonal talk. So, on today's agenda, we have obviously all the animes that we usually currently talk about, but Nier Automata is back. So, yes, welcome back, Nier. But the topic for today, as you see in the thumbnail here, or in the title, I should say, when it comes to these seasonal anime, is it good for them to have like anime movies like this? Because there's a trend going on here, and this might cause more issues than for it to actually technically be better. But we'll get more into that as we get on with the show. Without further ado, let us get started. All right, so for the first anime we're going to be talking about today, obviously, is Nier Automata, because it's back, baby. Welcome freaking back, Nier. We missed you. We missed you. I'm so glad that you are finally back with us and showing out how good you actually are. How good you actually are, because this week's episode right here, it was solid. It was solid. Ultimately, we can just set up and say this. When it comes down to humanity, how do we figure out what is really humanity? What is really living? This is what this episode is really testing here, because there was a heart-wrenching moment within this episode that I was like, dang, 9S is really cold, while 2B is actually second-guessing and hesitating at this point for actually taking out these machines, because they're acting more human than even the humans at times. It seems like they're actually really starting to formulate and actually have emotions. That's what seems to be going on here. The scene I'm talking about within this episode was when, after they defeated the boss, which, by the way, that boss fight was really good. That boss fight it reminded me so much of the game. I was like, yeah, this is it. I hated that stupid attack where he had like all the freaking stupid orbs coming. Like, man, that was some good stuff. I really enjoyed this. 2B went outside the box and did some hacking herself and was like an OG. Like, I don't know how the heck she did this, because she was hacking and still attacking at the same time. Like, 2B is ridiculous, okay? Like, she knows what she's freaking doing. But when it came down to actually defeating that boss, once they did that, these other two robots came in, right? And they wanted to just see a play, because they're at this little circus, and a lot of the robots are actually just doing like little plays and acting human, right? So they come through and they're like, oh, snaps. Drops their flowers immediately and stuff, like, whoa, buddy. We just came to see a play. Like, don't do anything. Please. Like, he was pleading for 9S not to do anything, but 9S said, nah, Saga, gone. And so was your daughter. I was like, dang. It was cold. It was cold, but like I said, their main mission at the end of the day is to get rid of all machines. So glory to mankind. That's what their motto is. Little other tidbit we did end up finding out in this episode as well is the fact that they're not going to get any assistance from the higher-ups, because like the higher-ups are like, no, they can handle this. They got this mission. They got these other things going on here. I know that these machines are evolving, but it's all part of the plan. Just believe in us. Glory to mankind. All right? Glory to, I was like, these freaking suckers right here. All right. Get them out. Get them out. But nonetheless, this was a very solid episode. Glad to see Nier Automata back. They did a thing. Animation was actually on point as well. Just want to throw it out here. I mean, obviously, some of the CG moments in there look very CG, but I feel like it blended pretty well for the most part. It did its thing. So again, Nier Automata, welcome back. Solid episode, 8 out of 10 for me. Hopefully, you guys feel the same way. But what do you guys give Nier Automata's return back within this season? Please tell me in the comment section below. But with that said, let us go to the next show. And that is the GOAT. It's Vlog. All right. So, again, I can't say anything bad about the show. It's just been solid the entire time. Like, what am I supposed to do? Say, oh, I don't like when they kick the ball. Like, what am I supposed to do here? All right. This week's episode focuses more solely actually on Bachra and his backstory, which is very good. I'm glad to see it. So this dude, he really likes to play soccer like a lot. Like I guess you can call him a prodigy in a way. Like he just wants to find somebody that can play the soccer that he wants to play ultimately at the end of the day, because he has that beast inside him. The beast tells him what to pretty much do and how to play. So he started playing. So he tried to play with these kids, right? right? It didn't really work out, though, because the kids couldn't keep up with him, and he's like, you're not playing the way I want to play, right? I'm just saying. Welcome in, Quetz. Also, Ace, I see you. But, yeah, they're not really working out for him, and so he decided to play alone, all right? That's what he's trying to do. But that all doesn't really work out in the end of the day, but he ended up finally getting to Blue Lock. He thought maybe he could actually find that person that can play the soccer that he wants to play. What's interesting right now is that he has a decision in a way to make because he thought Isagi's that guy that can be the one for him to play the soccer that he wants to play. So that's why he's been looking for somebody. He's not necessarily trying to play alone. He's not trying to be, he is trying to be great, right? But not like in the same sense how Barrow is, where he wants to just play alone. He wants to play his own soccer with nobody else. He don't care about no one, basically, right? That's what he's trying to do. Whereas he is actually looking for somebody that he can feed the ball to, that he can play with. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for another beast that has a beast inside him. So the team that he's currently on, obviously that dude that he's with, that guy's goated. Right? He's something else, and he can actually tell that that's kind of what was going on with Boxer, that he's looking for someone to play with, right? And he's like, I ain't about that. I'm just trying to be the best. So he has a decision between that guy or Isagi, because Isagi, you know how he is. He's a GOAT too, bro. He's getting there. He's getting there. And what's even crazier, we're already about to have this match. Round 2 of this team. Can Isagi and his team get Boxer back on the squad? I have no idea, but I'm excited. Holy crap. Next week's episode is about to be lit. Man, let's freaking go, right? All right, and I appreciate you. Welcome in, though. Welcome in. Thank you. But obviously, this is an episode that was like a lot of setup that was going on here. It's a lot of setup for next week's episode because you already know it's about to go down. It is about to go freaking down, and I am excited for this. I can't wait for next week. I give this an 8 out of 10, though. I give it 8 out of 10 because, again, it's a solid episode. Something we definitely needed to see, and I love the fact that we actually getting some backstory, some connections with these characters because, again, Boxer is my favorite character. So thank God he actually got that development that I'm looking for. So thank you, Blue Lock. Thank you. But is it the anime of the week this time? We'll find out as we continue onwards, as we go to the next show. And that is my boy, Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga. I just watched this today, actually, which is interesting enough. But a solid episode here yet again. We're still using the building blocks here. And what's interesting in this episode here, the slave owner guy, right? He's actually a big softy that we find out in this episode. He is not one for war. The reason why he's trying to avoid war and give out all his crops and this and that to the king and everything, and that he gets the king's protection, is because he doesn't want to even deal with any of that at all. Welcome in, Fortunate. Welcome in. We're currently talking about Vinland Saga. So the slave owner dude, he's like, nah, I don't want to do any of that. That's why, actually, in a way, he seems to be actually a good guy at heart. He might actually hold up on his deal with them, with Einer and everybody. Like, if they can get enough crops and food and all that stuff and sell it off and everything like that when it's profitable, like, I think he'll actually let them go. Like, he's that kind of guy. Because in this episode, we have these 2 kids pretty much stealing from his farm, and Snake ends up getting him and bringing him to him. And so he has to make a decision on what kind of punishment they need to do. His son comes back, by the way, that was from the war and everything, and under Canute and all that stuff. He is a monster. He's a monster. He said, hey, they stealing? Cut their arms off. I was like, yo, buddy, whoa, they kids. Like, one's 12 years old. He said, nah, look, y'all here stealing? Cut the arm off. And then, of course, the older brother was like, no, leave my sister out of this. Let me take the punishment then. And he's like, all right, I like this kid. So we're going to cut both the arms. I was like, the children, like, man, just cold as heck. And so the slave owner guy was like, I can't. He's like, no, this is not me. That's his son, by the way. He's like, my son is crazy. I'm scared of him. His name is Torkel, I think is what it is. But he's like, I'm scared of him. I'm scared of my son. What he's become. He's a monster. I was like, I understand. Look, if I had a son like that, that's out here is like, man, I'm out here pillaging villages And when we get done pillaging, we have a game, right? We have a game where we fight each other to see which women we can go ahead and sell to be slaves. This is like, I was like, bro, this man is a menace. Like, get him out. Get him out. He's bad. He's bad. He's just cold as heck. He don't care. What you mean you like it? What's wrong with you? But needless to say, they found, I guess, a more suitable punishment. Because I was saying this, like, as I was watching it, which I need to record my reactions. Because I was watching, I was sitting here like, look, okay, they stole, right? You could easily just make them work then at that point, right? Make them work off what they stole. But we come to find out that these kids had a father, obviously, and their father owes them. They had some debt that they needed to pay off, but he ran away. So that's why he never got that money back. And the slave owner guy was like, oh, I was wondering what happens to that guy. So basically what's going on here is that they're going to be paying off not just their debt, but their father's debt as well, is what's about to happen here, which is cool. But they still needed some type of form of corporal punishment. And so they came up with a plan of just having like a goddamn stick. It's not really a stick, but you get the point. And give him like what, 10 lashes. Y'all here just hitting him with this freaking stick 10 times. Now, the thing is, the older brother, being the older brother, is like, please leave my sister out of this. I'll take on all of it. Give me 20. So, destroyed. The kid got destroyed. Yeah. Don't promote that, man. What you mean? But the kid got destroyed. He was on the ground. What's even worse about that freaking Tor, I think it's Tor something. I can't remember exactly his whole name. But the whole point is, this dude is like, hey, let me do it. Let me give him some lashes. I want to smack him up a little bit. I was like, here we go. Yeah. He smacked that kid so far. He flew away. He didn't hit him in the head, hit him in the side. It's like a flew away. It's like, oh boy. And that's when the slave owner guy's like, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I'll do it. But then he obviously, again, being as salty as he is, he felt really bad about doing all that. And he understands that like Northmen can't be weak at the end of the day. So he has to show strength. Otherwise, they're not going to follow him. They're not going to, go under his leadership. Like, it's sad. It's sad to see. Avatar, welcome in. So he's out here laying down, breaking down in front of this woman, which I think that same woman is the one that the Einer's talking to, right? Because that's the only thing that's kind of throwing me off. Like, this is the same woman, right? That Einer's talking to, that was consoling him basically because she knows all this stuff that's going on right now. That's what's happening. So yeah, this was a really good episode of Vinland Saga because things are really starting to reveal itself here, and I'm just wondering, like, can he keep this kind of facade going? Because it doesn't look like it's going to be that easy for him. Unfortunately, it's really not. It's really not. This one's like I'm gonna give this one like an 8.5 out of 10 overall when it comes to this week's episode. It's a very solid episode. I've enjoyed Vinland Saga thus far. It was good, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what's about to happen next. I'm hoping Thorfinn can just get himself together. I want to see him go in, please, at some point, especially considering like we have Einar there, you have Thorfinn there, like, and things are about to get like thrown and get into like disarray and chaos, especially with how the slave owner guy at this point is. Like, I don't think he's gonna be able to like protect this place like that. Like I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. So it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. But welcome in, Avatar. Appreciate you dropping by. With that said, though, let us continue on to the next show, which is Buddy Daddy. Buddy Daddy. All right. I'm gonna say this right now. Because I know not a lot of everybody's like watching this show like that. But I don't know. I think I'll need to start watching it. This week's episode was freaking really good. I was surprised how good this episode was. I didn't see that coming. Kazu decided to like pretty much leave these two behind. The one with the dark hair. I can't remember their goddamn names right here. Miri and the other guy. God dang, I can't remember his name at the moment. But Kazu left because he was tired of being pretty much the maid, because he's doing everything for him. And it's like, suckers, you're not doing anything in this household. Y'all not appreciating everything that I do. I am not a maid. I am a person. So he's like, he left and decided to like do his own thing, trying to live a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Went to a little I guess a brothel area. I guess there's some women If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, where he went to. He's like, I'm gonna do this a little bit. I'm gonna play it up, baby. I'm gonna play it up. Got wasted a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Got out here, a little wasted, then ran into the sucker and said, hey, what you doing, bro? Why you running into me? Then he ended up getting like squashed by that dude. And the other little tidbit when it comes to this episode is that we get to learn information about Kazu and about his wife that died. And how she died, by the way, too. He blames himself for her death. Granted, with how the scene was, he didn't do anything. He was on a mission, it seems like, right? And then there's this car that was there and it blew up like right there where the woman was, and she died. But that's not really his fault, technically speaking, but he still puts the blame on himself. But the thing is, his wife's sister decides to come in and was just trying to console and talk to him like, hey, look, you need to be able to move on. Try to actually build a new life. But the thing is, Kazu was afraid of, in a way, losing that memory, and he's afraid of change. He's afraid of changing because he might lose the feeling that he had for his lost wife. So ultimately, he comes to terms with this whole thing, especially after talking to his sister-in-law, basically, right? And you know, he finally got himself together. But the other side point with this episode, Miri got sick. And it was up to the dark-haired dude right here, dark-haired guy, to take care of her. It was not going well. This sucker was struggling. All right, he got to first. Well, before she even got sick, he had to first try to figure out how to bring her to freaking daycare. But daycare was actually closed, but it was also raining. That's how she then ended up getting sick. So then he was like, all right, I got to figure out how to get some medicine. We can't get the medicine because she's not old enough to take that medicine. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. He was panicking. He didn't know what to do. He sat there and said, dang, I don't know how to take care of no life. Like he started, he didn't know what to do. So he ended up going to the shop that he typically goes to get some help, right? And he got help. She's okay now. He passed out on the bed with her and everything. It was a nice little cute scene when Kazu finally came back and saw them like laying there. It was nice. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, this is what I've been saying this whole time when it comes to the show. Give me some backstories. Put that interwove it with the other stuff because god dang it, this is the type of thing. This is the slice of life that I eat. Yes. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, right? Do we take those? I think we take those. All right, we take those, okay? So overall, this was a very good episode, okay? Very good episode. But is it the winner? Is it the winner? We're going to have to find out. But I do want to give it like an 8.5 out of 10, maybe a 9. Like, this is a really good episode for freaking Buddy Daddy. They did their thing. They did their thing. God dang it. If you ain't watching it, you should start watching it. The show good. Like I said, man, I've been saying this, but it could be better. Spy Family. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, all right? Let's go on to the next show, all right? And that is My Hero Academia. Obviously, we're going back to this. We're going to talk about this real quick here. Good episode, though. Good episode. I think this episode actually was probably better than last week's episode, I feel. For me. That's how I feel about My Hero Academia. All right. Ultimately, what we got here. I plan on getting back on this eventually. You should. Avatar, you should. The show's good. But with this episode, like I said, it's a solid episode. We got an introduction to a new character. She came out from the prison and All for One, wanted this woman to pretty much like actually hire her to go ahead and, go fight Deku. Go over there. Go show him what's up. Yeah? Go do what you gotta do. So what's interesting is that One for All decided to actually give her an extra ability that she already had, like that she didn't have before, which is like a skywalk. She can walk on air, which makes her even more deadly because of like the way she is. She's pretty much an actual gun. She is an actual gun, and she has like great range and like a sniper ability that is better than like the top hero that we have in the Hero Association, which is like they talked about her on TV, and this is one of the things kind of like threw me off a little bit because I know she was like a promising prospect, but then obviously something happened and she went to jail and everything like that. But it was still kind of weird to see that they just had this whole like I guess documentary really talking about, hey, there is somebody better than me, and I'm sitting here like, well, here's the thing. I didn't really see much of that cowboy sucker because that's the dude that has like the the impressive range of shots and this and that and the other thing. But I didn't really see much of him like that to really be like, yeah, this guy's goated. You know what I mean? So it's just like trying to hype him up or trying to hype her up using him. I feel like that wasn't really the best method in my honest opinion. If you want to try to do that, because like I don't really care about that guy too. This is like we need more feats. It's like I don't know. That was just me when I was like seeing that, but. I will say this. Deku shouldn't really have an issue fighting this lady, which, by the way, her design is really good. Her design's really, I like her design actually a lot. Like, especially with I don't know how the anime, look, look, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but like, hey, her design is nice. But I don't think Deku should have too much issues actually fighting her. My honest opinion here, though, right? He has all the abilities. It seems like the other two are finally going to start working with him, so all the abilities should be, like, unlocked for him to start utilizing it all. Like, all of the ability, all for one is now unlocked completely. So he should be able to actually handle this girl, I wouldn't say with ease, but it shouldn't be that hard for him, I feel anyways, because he already has a good grasp on a good portion of the abilities he already has anyways. Like, his danger sense is actually pretty freaking good. Though, I have a question with it, because, like, maybe you guys understand his ability a bit more, especially when it comes to danger sense, because I don't understand what it is. It's weird, because on one hand, right, he was, like, on the phone trying to, like, dial, I think, All Might, right? But then she shot and took the phone out. But the thing is, the danger sense never activated. So, like, I mean, technically speaking, right, I guess he wasn't in danger because she wasn't aiming at him per se, but it's at the same time, they're still in his general direction. It's not like he didn't get scraped a little bit, you know? So it's like, it was weird that it never activated at that time. So, like, what are the limitations with this ability exactly? Because that's the thing I don't understand. Because I pretty much see it as, like, spider sense. So it should usually always activate, even if it's, like, not like a life or death situation type of thing, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just kind of threw me off. I don't really, like, there'll be moments where it's like it's not activating when it should, is my thing. So, yeah, hey, bro, I'm telling you, look, man, I need to see what the manga of her looks like. She looks pretty good in the anime, right? So it's like, what do the manga do though? So I'm just like, look, man, you can't judge, all right? I'm just like, the design's nice though. It's a nice design, all things considered, okay? But that's my only question I really have when it comes to this episode, honestly. Is like, what is going on when it comes to his danger sense? Because I don't understand his ability when it comes to that and what it actually senses necessarily. Because, like, if it's simply even like bloodlust, like, it'd be weird if he didn't notice her even before she even shot, right? Because, like, you're still in danger. Like, I'm danger, you know? Like, you're supposed to notice something, you know? It's just kind of weird. So that's just one of my questions. Not necessarily a pet peeve, but this was a solid episode. I'm looking forward to seeing what's about to happen next for this and how this fight's gonna actually go down. Like I said again, he shouldn't have so many issues with this because of danger sense. He also has that smoke ability to make it where she can't even see the sucker. Yeah, she can skywalk and yada yada. It's so, like, he should be able to actually. He also tanked the bullets too. He did tank one of them before or caught it. The whole point is, like, it's like he should be able to handle this with relative ease, in my honest opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, Deku be slipping up sometimes. He can slip up. He is that kind of guy. So we'll see how that whole fight goes here. Yeah, she's involved in some big stuff. Oh, really now? Careful as far as looking her up. Oh, okay, bet. I'm not gonna do that then. All right, I'll hold off then. Or if you guys can, if you're on my Discord, if you can just like drop like an image or something of what she looks like in like the manga, I would like to see. Because I know the manga has amazing art. So I would love to see that stuff. So I like to, like, sometimes kind of peek at it a bit as we get progress into the show more, so I can just see what the differences are at times. You know what I mean? So I like to look at that. But okay, it makes sense though. Again, like, one for all for one is eyeing her and gave her an extra ability. So obviously she's very important at the end of the day here. So I definitely see that, especially considering that she's having like a whole episode and this whole story kind of like unfold for us right now. It makes a lot of sense that she would be a bigger player later on. So, like I said, solid episode. I give this like I don't know what I gave last week's. I think I gave it 7.5 actually, now I'm thinking about it. This is definitely like an 8.5, somewhere around there. I want to give it 8. I'm going to say 8, just to be careful. I'm going to give this 8. This is a good episode, though. I like this. I like this a lot. My hero, keep doing this. Keep doing this. Oh, true. I totally forgot. Thank you for reminding me, Avatar. I've totally forgot about, bro, this dude broken, bro. This man asking for the freaking father back, right? Like, this dude broke, man. Like, it's interesting to see him back in the story, but I'm like, what is Shisaki gonna really be doing here, though? Like, he lost, I wouldn't say he lost his ability, obviously, but he lost his way of using his ability because Shigaraki said, give me the Mars, baby. You don't need to be touching nothing. Saga. So I don't know how this is all going to work out. I mean, Eri is still a play. Or they could find a way to use Nomu technology, right? To be able to, like, regrow arms. There is also that, too. He is part of the, the villain side at the end of the day. That's if they see usage for him is the thing here. Because, again, Shigaraki was the one that broke him off. Like, he's the one that took him out. So I don't know if they really want to utilize him. Though, granted, the lady actually is the one holding on to him, though. So it's not like, he's over there or something like that. No, so this could be like a whole separate entity thing here. So I don't know what's about to happen here with that. I'm honestly not sure what they're trying to do. I could see her. I could definitely see Shisaki like kind of going to the good side later, possibly. I wouldn't say, because he's not like a full-blown villain like that, I think. Not so much he has a bone to pick with Shigaraki once he gets himself back in order. So I can see him going down that path if that's the case here. But we got to see. I don't know. I don't have big ideas for him just yet because I need to see where this is even going for him, because it is interesting to see him back in the story, even though he's struggling right now, struggling hard. But thank you for reminding me, Avatar. I totally forgot about that. I was so, had eyes on other things, I had eyes on other things. But I digress. Let us continue on to the next show. And that is Trigun Stampede. Just watched this episode. Today. Yeah. This was good too. Like, honestly, this season has been rolling. And there really isn't a bad episode on any of these shows so far. It's just been rolling so far, and I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. My favorite thing is look at enough. Well, see, I know you understand. I'm just saying. And hey, look, the budget started going up a bit more, all right? The budget for the animation started going up all of a sudden. So it's like, she looking nice. Hey, Deku got his whole animation stuff going on right now. Look, he looking good too. I'm just saying. But with Trigun Stampede this week, this is another solid episode. Remember, last week's episode had like 8 different things happening at one time. And I was just sitting like, what is Wolfwood gonna do? Oh, they ain't down bad. They ain't don't do that. But no, like, what is Wolfwood gonna do, right? Because, like, he has his friend here. Can he save his friend? I don't think he can. He's already seems to be broken like that. But like, he had his friend there, and he's trying to save that. But Ash is trying to like get away from these freaking raiders, and the raiders are all there getting in the goddamn way. He also got this other dude that's experimenting all on Wolfwood and his brother over there. And he was like, "Nah, sucker, we gonna make some more things happen. We got a laser cannon." It's gonna shoot down places, and then not only that, you have this whole train system thing that's going on right now, right? We're gonna make it to where it's gonna go and ram into the orphanage that Wolfwood used to be in, because he cares about that. He said, "I'm gonna just destroy this whole man's career." That's what this man said. The gravity guy, that's what he said. He's just like, I'm doing all this. Once he has all this out of the way, where his best friend's not there, where his orphanage not there no more, he can be then the ultimate soldier for us. I know he can work for us. That is it, okay? Now pray for us. How you doing, Marco? Welcome in. But God, so this episode pretty much addressed all of that. Unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, I should say, actually, because fortunately, his friend did get like some of his like mind back, basically, but he was so far gone from all the experimentation that happened to him that unfortunately he couldn't break out of it. So he ended up taking his own life. Unfortunately, that's the unfortunate part, and it's just like, it sucks. Like, he tried to believe in, like, Vash and everything, and, like, Vash, like, we can still save him. And look, he tried, but he was too far gone. These experiments that they're doing on these children, mind you, they're children, guys. They're children that get, like, aged up. Like, Wolfwood technically is still a child, you know? But he got aged up from all the experimentations that's been happening to him. So it's just, it's sad. It's so sad to see from that perspective right there. And then the whole orphanage situation where they have to stop this freaking train. They got to stop the laser from all this. It's just craziness. They were able to successfully stop the laser and everything. So they did that. Hell, Vash's hands almost broke in the process of doing it, but they did stop that. Well, you know, Vash was helping as much as he possibly can in this situation. And so the end of this episode leaves where we have Vash looking at the flower, the things that usually power like the cities and stuff like that is actually on this train as well. They looked at this, and apparently that thing's not really like a flower. It's actually like a person that's there. And I don't know what kind of communication that was going on there, but when Vash turned around, Sucker looked like a whole different person right there. He had like this veins and stuff like this, like design necessarily, not necessarily veins, but like a design on his face. Obviously, we know he's not just human. He came from the moon and everything. So we know there's other things going on with him in the first place. So we're finally getting to see a little bit of that right now. And I think with next week's episode, we're going to reveal a lot more of it. Because I know from back then, there was some stuff that I seen what goes on with that arm that he has actually that is going to play a part. I'm pretty sure, I think really soon here, that might be the way, maybe even stopping the train and everything from hitting the orphanage in the first place. So I look forward to seeing what's about to happen next. The show is really building itself up. It's building these characters up really nicely. Got the antagonists just being ultimate villains, mind you. I like this. I like this a lot. Again, I know some people have like problems with like the animation because it is just all CG, but it looks really amazing. It's movie quality animation at the end of the day. That's what's happening here. And it's solid stuff. If you're not watching Trigun Stampede, definitely be watching Trigun Stampede. This is like an 8.5 out of 10. I can say that at least with ease. With everything that they covered here, they did a lot. And it flowed very well. So I'm all in with this for Trigun. But is it the one that won Anime of the Week? We'll have to find out. Okay? But I think we're probably on the last one, right? So let's go ahead and move on. Oh, no, we're done, actually. I'm capping. Okay, never mind then. We're actually done. We talked about Nier Automata already. So, with that said, we're going to find out who won Anime of the Week. This is some of the best CG I've ever seen. Yeah, this is some of the best CG I've ever seen myself, especially for a TV show. There's no other show touching this when it comes to its animation from a CG standpoint. There is no other show that does this. I will say that right now, like with confidence, that no other show touches this. So, thing is, we're gonna find out right now. What is y'all picks for Anime of the Week this week? I'm curious. What is y'all picks? Please leave in the comment section below. Like, I want to know. Yeah, it's really good to have Nier back, man. I was just like, when I watched the episode, I was like, this is it. This is what I was talking about. This is why I miss this show. This show's good. And it's just a really good adaptation to a game that I've ever seen. Like, it's just doing it perfectly so far. So I'm just glad to see it back. Glad to got this thing up and rolling and everything for you. It's great. Vinland Saga, that is a good one. That's a good one. I had to think about this. I had to really think about this. Because again, this week in particular, really hard. There's a lot of good episodes. Like, everybody kind of stepped it up a little bit this week. And I was like, okay. Like any of them could technically win, which is why none of them never got like a 9 or anything, because like they're all solid like episodes for me, honestly. So even with this one, I'm still conflicted. But on one hand, I really did enjoy it and I remember it the most. It really hit me, right? So Anime of the Week for me is Buddy Daddy. All right, look, Ace called it. He knew. I guess when I was talking about it, he had an idea like, yep, this is about to be the one that wins. But no, look, this is some good stuff. This is some really good stuff. We are finally getting backstory behind some of these characters. And I needed to see that. That was the main thing that I felt like Buddy Daddy needed for the show. And it delivered in this week's episode. This was exactly what I was looking for. And the interwoven paths and storylines kind of coming together. Great freaking writing on this part too for this week. So they really did a good job. Good job. Game not rigged no more. It's never been rigged. Okay, come on now. Gotta get back to this series. It's been solid thus far. So I am looking forward to seeing what more is gonna happen with this, because I think this show is going to get even deeper with some of their stories and how some of that is going to come back to bite them in the butt. So I don't know. I just feel like there's so much more to Buddy Daddy that meets the eye. But with that said now, we are on to the discussion portion of this stream here, which is obviously when it comes to seasonal anime, is it good that we keep having these movies for them? Are they even any good is the other question, honestly, I want to have here right now, right? So for some of the seasonal shows like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen, they always have end up having this movie, and they're actually like movie art, like they're actual arcs that were in the manga and they condensed it. So the kind of argument I'm trying to have with this right now is the fact that, because I feel like we're going to be going down this route a little bit more, and it might even go to a point where we might have the last episodes even be aired in theaters and stuff like that to get more money, to generate more money, obviously, to get more sales. That's ultimately the biggest goal that a lot of these studios and animators, studios, I say, not animators, the studios are trying to actually do here. So, Alan, welcome in. I know you missed Chainsaw Man, but hey, we in here right now. We just started the discussion right now. Do you know how long this season is for Buddy Daddy? I'm not exactly sure, actually. I do need to look that up. I have this feeling it might only be 12 episodes, though. It might only be 12 episodes, which we're already on episode 7, so, we only have a couple episodes left as it is then. But again, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's going to start building up even more if that's the case, if it's only 12 episodes. But I think it is. I'll have to double check, though, just to make sure. But how you doing, Alan? Welcome in. Calgo just had the movie of one of the best arcs in series. Yeah, see, thank you, Avatar. That's kind of the points I'm trying to throw at right now. It's like, do y'all prefer where we have if it's like an arc, right, and it's not that big, because Demon Slayer, for instance, had that whole arc was 9 episodes in total, right? So instead of making it, well, they could have made the movie. They could have made was it 9 episodes? So Mugen Train had pretty much was a movie, right? And then they redid it within the anime. I think that was 6 episodes, something like that. So the whole point is that arc was short. So instead of actually making it into its own arc and animating it that way, they decided to actually just make it into a movie because it's short. But then they kind of run back, as you see, with Demon Slayer, which I don't like, if this is a trend, because then we're just getting a rehash of the movie within the anime. And it's you're kind of double dipping at that point and not giving us what we really are looking for necessarily. So that's where the issue kind of comes in. I'm seeing when it comes to more animes, you seasonal ones, mind you, because they end and they have to come back and all that stuff. Where we have this stuff going on here, because again, it's more or less a cash grab type of thing here. We're talking about Buddy Daddies. No, not anymore, Alan. We were talking about Buddy Daddy because Buddy Daddy won this week's Anime of the Week. The episode's really freaking good. I don't know if you watched it, Alan, but the episode was really good. So I had to give it the Anime of the Week for me anyways. I like anime movies that tell a side story or in-between story between 2 arcs. Interesting. But see, are you okay with it not being canon, though? That's the thing, right? Because these movies, Mugen Train and then Jujutsu Kaisen 0, right? They're canon movies. They're canon. So, they're not like a lot of the DBZ. Well, DBZ now. Well, Super, I should say. DBZ didn't have a lot of canon movies, or a lot of these animes in general, Naruto didn't have a lot of canon movies or anything like that. They're not something that you can say, oh, I can refer back to this because it's part of the actual show. You know what I mean? As long as they don't do the Demon Slayer thing and do an adaptation in the anime after the movie, I'm good with this. I agree with you on that, Avatar. I would be really disappointed if they started going down that line where they keep having this to just do the rehash of it, which, surprisingly enough, Demon Slayer still, because Demon Slayer always has good animation, it didn't bother me rewatching it. But typically, because when it's in an anime form on a weekly basis, it's not going to be nowhere near as good as the movie, obviously, right? So it's just I'm not trying to see that again like that. And the Mugen Train and Demon Slayer confused a lot of me. How so? I don't watch anime that much. Oh, well, I understand, Alan. It's all good. It's all good. We can still talk about some stuff because we're not only just talking about anime for this discussion, but there is a little bit I want to talk about when it comes to the state of play. There was something that happened in the state of play, which is not very much, surprisingly enough, but I didn't even know what happened, actually. They just randomly dropped this, hey, state of play, here it is. I'm like, heck, so I had to try to catch up as much as I can before I started streaming, so I'll talk about that a little bit as well. I got sick of the non-canon movies like this, much better what we're doing now. I agree with you on that too, Avatar. I do agree with you on that, because, like, I don't know. I mean, my thing is, I wouldn't hate it as much if it had a good plot and it wasn't like stereotypical. Typically, when you have an anime movie, there is some underlying plot when it comes to like the main character's ability, right? I always refer back to this all the time. When it comes to Naruto always has a new form of a Rasengan in his movie where you know that thing is going to be the thing that's going to stop the villain. It's like, every time, like those cliches that are there, or even with My Hero Academia movies, right? They have Deku and Bakugo gotta come together, or Shoto. You know the trio. One of them suckers like, oh, they all gotta come together, and he's gonna have the big smash with the big move. You know what I mean? It's like it's the same structure every time when it comes to these non-canon movies. They do this all the time. That's where my problem comes in. I don't necessarily mind watching something that isn't fully canon necessarily, because there are a few movies that are good that don't always do stuff like that, and it has a good story that go along with it, you know? Because it can sometimes even expand the world in a way where we don't even have to focus solely on just the main character. Why we always got to do that? I always say this when it comes to filler. You don't have to focus on the main character. Like, I digress. So you think My Hero Academia won? Interesting, fortunate. So you thought the episode was good enough for it to win? Well, I can agree with you on that, though. I can agree with you on that. Like I said, this week in general, most of the shows here could have easily took winner of the week when it comes to anime of the week here, because it's just they're all solid episodes this week. It was hard to choose, very hard to choose. So look, My Hero Academia this week's episode did step it up in my honest opinion. Would they even do an anime after the movie? Well, after the movie for Demon Slayer, they went to a different arc basically. So after they got done with the 6 episodes, they then jumped into a different arc, which is also kind of short, but wasn't short enough to be in a movie, basically. I think is what it did, right? So that's why they said, you know what, we'll have this as our thing to pretty much have as canon and still continue the story, basically. That's kind of what they did here. Don't they have to show what happened in the movie, in the anime for those that didn't watch the movie? Well, this is why they need to make more access or make it more accessible as... Like if the new season comes out, right? They need to make that movie be dropped online somewhere at some point. Then at that point, so people can actually watch it. Because like it took forever for Jujutsu Kaisen 0 to even hit online for me to even watch it. It's like it takes too long. It takes too long. Like the process for that is like that's my problem with it. It wouldn't be that big of an issue for people that didn't watch it if it was out sooner, so people can watch it later. So that's the thing here. I make a store collection. Alan, you speaking facts, bro. When I saw that, I was like, "Who's still playing Storm?" I'm like, a show of hands right now. Who the heck is playing Naruto Ninja Storm? Please, not me. Put my hand down. Actually, I'm not playing that game. So who the heck is actually playing? Who's gonna play the collection? I don't know. If it's going to release it, you have to pay to see it. I'd rather not be canon. Interesting, really. What's your take on that then? Why you think that? Because I mean, I understand. Oh, I kind of understand because like, again, there's a paywall behind it, and I'm not trying to do all that. So they have to show what happened. You see the the Moon Train movie, and then the episode threw me off. I was confused thinking, okay, yeah. See, yeah. I get you on that. See, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, it becomes an issue. But like I said, again, I wish that they were able to highlight what's going on beforehand. Something, even like a big, like, maybe they can, I was going to say like maybe like a recap episode, but you might need more than just a recap episode to kind of like recap everything. I don't know. Give me a Storm Fox, really, same island. Like, we need to get another Storm game. I don't understand why we're not doing that. Who is playing these collections? Who's playing these old games? I don't get it. They're dropping the ball right now. It's not like Boruto is a thing. They do have games for that too, but it's just like, I don't know. Would we actually still play this? Would we make this as like a community night type of situation where we actually do this? That's the question here. I don't know. Let me see. That's my point. Ace. There it is. Academic movies are the ones that are annoying. No, I feel on that fortunate. I have one, and it's just like I appreciate the gift, but I didn't even like that movie. Like I have it in my collection. It's like cool, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go back to that. Like, I didn't like the movie, so. You ever notice him saving somebody? Exactly right. Like where he gets attacked on Naruto fights in the Bond. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Yeah, use new versus. Yeah, it's the same formula every single time. There's only like a few movies within the Naruto series that are different, and that's what makes them good, actually, right? Like the Blood Prison, I believe, was one of the ones that were actually good. Naruto The Last was a good movie. There was like two other ones, I believe, that was like actually good movies for Naruto that you would go back to actually watch them. Some of it's partly canon. That's the other thing too. Got a problem with My Hero, bro? No, I don't have a problem with My Hero. I actually said this week's My Hero episode's good. So, but a good example of anime movies that weren't necessarily canon, but could fit in without making a story weird was the Inuyasha movies. Well, see, that's the thing, Anna. You got to remember something when it comes to Inuyasha in general. Inuyasha, if you actually look at what was canon in that show, yeah, so much freaking filler that you couldn't even tell it was filler. That's how much filler the show had back then. So when a movie came out that kind of like inserted itself, it probably inserted itself within a filler, in a filler arc that you didn't even realize was a filler that you were watching. So like that's kind of the thing with it. That's why I feel like filler at times can be good in that sense where you can just kind of insert yourself at that point in it. But it also helps too when it comes to Inuyasha's story. Inuyasha's story lends itself to being able to actually have branching off like storylines just by itself, even with some of the characters by itself, like with Moroku or Sango. Even Shippo could have something that's on its own. You know what I mean? Like they can all kind of carry in a way. The way the cast is really well done in Inuyasha, to where we can actually have movies that don't even have to center on Inuyasha. If they really wanted to, they could do that. You know what I mean? And the way the world is, it's like One Piece. One Piece lends itself to having movies because One Piece is a world building. Just you're always traveling. Journey to the West, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that where you can just travel. So therefore you can just literally dive deep into any environment at that point in time. So Inuyasha has a cheat code in a way to be able to do anime movies without it being canon because it can do stuff like that, you know? Some worlds lends itself to that kind of situation. Like Naruto does too, in a way. So like Bleach couldn't technically do that because Bleach is very grounded within Wakamundo, Soul Society, Karakura Town. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can do when it comes to like that world. Have you finally watched it? Yes, I did. I did Avatar. The movie's all right. The movie's all right. If you watch the anime, you see it. Yeah. So, look, I do. Give it a One Piece recap every episode. Whoa. Quets. My guy. That's a lot. like you only get like what 11 12 minutes of episode. You get like 11 or 12 minutes of actual episode, and then the rest of it's like recap, the opening. It's like, bro, we gotta stop. All right, they have that little like in between card that kind of gets in the way. It's like less more time that's out of the freaking actual anime. Like, come on now. Thinking about Mugen Train was seeing my favorite character. Yeah. You gotta experience that pain yet again. Set your heart ablaze. All right, let me stop. Anyway, your favorite character, Rengoku. Whoa. I mean, Shinobu, nice. All right. But Rengoku, I actually like Rengoku too. Wait. I wouldn't say he's my favorite character in the show, but Rengoku almost was my favorite character. Almost. He's up there. Like top 3, like for me. All right, look. Well, Faro was a great movie because it focused on Shikamaru and Kakashi. It seemed like my point exactly, right? My point exactly, Avatar. It's the same thing with like the fillers, right? Like the Kakashi Gaiden. What am I talking about? Kakashi Gaiden, that filler was good. It was really freaking good. Though there was little missteps in between it, but it was good. I love that stuff. Yeah, so I know it was like 75% filler, but I still loved it. Same. Anna, same. Look, I think I've made this argument before. that I honestly believe filler is not a bad thing if done correctly. You know, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with a 40 episode filler arc. Okay, look, I will watch that if it's good. I do this stuff. Okay, like this is me. I will always stand by the Bount arc. The Bount arc was like fit in within the story so well, I couldn't tell it was a filler until I looked it up. That's how good that arc actually was. Freaking Kyan, that dude was a freaking menace, bro. Like, man, don't get me started. I enjoy filler if it actually can help expand the story at times. You know what I mean? Because sometimes certain side characters just don't get shine. You know what? My Hero Academia would work really well having some filler in there. Why? Because we can actually develop the side characters to make us care a little bit. Like I just told you guys before, I didn't really get that kind of connection with the cowboy guy with his ability that he's so good with his shot and all that because we barely seen the sucker. So it's like, how am I supposed to like use him as a hype point for the lady here? You know what I mean? Because he didn't do anything really. So like if we had some filler to showcase some of these other heroes, we can start, bro. Like I would love a feel for Grant Orca. That dude goated, bro. He's one of my favorite heroes that haven't done much, but he's freaking great. I'm just saying. All right. God dang it. We finally got good when they started using the pre-established characters in the world. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, I agree with that too. Some of it actually feels like filler too. That's the other. I mean, not filler. It feels like canon too. It does feel like canon. Like you can kind of refer back to some of this stuff, and it's like, yeah. This is some good stuff right here, actually. This is some good stuff. Hell, let me some Inuyasha. There it is. I know. I watched a second of Inuyasha. Well, look, it was part of our childhood back in the day. We were actually talking about this on stream over on the Twitch channel, right? And we always woke up to Fukumori playing in the background there, the ending song for Inuyasha. Because like it'd be up all like it'd be on late at night as for us for kids. You know, we wake up in the middle of the night. And we hear Inuyasha's theme playing. It's like, bro, look, it has a special place in our heart is the thing here. I can't blame you if you don't want to watch it, though, because it is long. And, again, there's a lot of filler, so you got to kind of cut this up. You know what I mean? Goku was amazing. What you mean? He was your favorite character in the... Yeah. Again, and I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Done correctly, yeah, but it's almost never is. And that's I mean... I'm gonna say almost never. It's just a lot of the time. A lot. Like, it's like, I would say it's like a good, I want to be nice and say like 70-30. 30 being it actually is done correctly and 70 isn't. Because like, I would say back then they did well. Weirdly enough. Like, Inuyasha had a really good filler that you couldn't tell was filler, right? Dragon Ball Z. Honestly, watching Dragon Ball Z Kai is like weird, a very weird experience because there's like so much missing that if I actually experienced the story in that way, I don't think I wouldn't have cared as much about Gohan, right? I probably wouldn't have cared as much about even Goku for that matter because we saw his whole journey through Snake Way, whereas in Kai, it skips that entirely. And it's the same thing with the whole training arc that Gohan had with Piccolo. You know what I mean? That bonding moment that happened with them that it's like you don't see in Kai. Like like that, like, you know what I mean? Like fillers back then, I think, served well better. Whereas like as things went on, as progressed, like with Naruto, with Bleach, with One Piece even, because One Piece does have filler, it's like it didn't really lend itself to that kind of storytelling and to actually develop this, like, the characters in a way. Like it was an extension to the show, not necessarily just something to place so you can not catch up to like the manga. You know what I mean? Like there was more thought happening, I felt, back then with it than it was as we progressed with the filler, where they got lazy with it. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yeah, My Hero Academia filler. I wouldn't mind any My Hero Academia filler. I wouldn't mind any for My Hero or just same. I was saying that actually before, like Jujutsu Kaisen would be a nice world to still be in, because like I feel like in a way it kind of killed the hype a little bit because Jujutsu Kaisen's taking a long time to come out for a second season. Because I would love to see more of it, but it's like it's not. It's a long wait. So like filler can actually fill in that gap where you're still in that world. So then when if we go back into canon, we can still really enjoy it. You know what I mean? I'm saying agree about filler being good on expanding on minor characters. Yeah, 100%. That's what it should be doing. Jermaine needs filler for the other character development. Yeah, Fortune. That's what I'm saying, right? Like I feel like My Hero Academia would actually lend itself better if it actually has some filler for once, like just a little bit, so we can get some. Actually, it does have some filler. Now I'm thinking about it. The Froppy episode that is actually not canon. It's like there's canon characters in it, but like some of the stuff that happened within it with the mission and everything, that was actually filler. If I'm not mistaken. So it's not like they won't deal with it a little bit, but like this is what I mean. It's like do stuff like that. Oda was heavily involved with some of the movies. That's why it's probably true. I think he's also incorporating some of that stuff into his actual manga, so it can be canon. Actually, surprisingly enough, because he sees this. Or 6-7 episodes, not including final arc. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not including that, which is like what, another like 26. So it's a lot. It's a lot to get through. When filler, no one knows who those minor characters are. I don't want to fill episode on a hero probably named. He said, "Get that Saga." I'm not even talking about I'm talking about like already pre-established characters that we have. Just expand on them a bit more. You know what I mean? It don't even have to be like a filler arc. It can just be some filler episodes, even. You know what I mean? He said, "We're going to get some new Saga in there." Toilet man. You know what? let's have a filler arc. You know that one dude with the he was like a squeeze bottle with the Mr. Febreze. You're like, let's get a filler episode for Mr. Febreze. I would love to know how he lives his life. All right. Let me stop. Story gets boring when you focus only on the main characters over and over and never get the minor characters a bit. It's true. That's actually one of my issues with My Hero Academia, because they don't focus on the other characters outside of the three main cast characters, really, for the most part. It's always Shoto, Bakugo, and Deku. They're not highlighting anybody else. Like nobody else can really do anything. It seems like for as big of a cast that My Hero Academia has, it doesn't utilize its characters well at all. It's one of the worst shonens for this, honestly, when it comes to how to utilize their characters. I've seen most shonens at this point, so I feel like I can say that with some confidence that it doesn't do well with actually utilizing all these characters. There's a lot of characters in My Hero Academia that just don't do anything. Like Oda has like over 100 characters, and somehow they still have relevancy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how he does it, but he makes it to where even some of the most minor characters you don't think gonna do something end up doing something of meaning. It's interesting. You know what I mean? So it helps with the story all overall. We appreciate the minor characters more. True. And there's stuff and other characters in latest arc. Yeah, it's just a bit. I wish there was a little bit more though. Your own battle. Help you understand their connection with the main character. 100%. The map is not even animating that. Map is not even animating that quest. Map is doing a lot. They might as well. Hey, yo, look, I'm not telling them to work like that. Okay, come on now. Wait a minute. So Jujutsu Kaisen filler would have been nice, because one of my biggest issues with season 1 is how quick they separated the main trio. Yeah, it's like the main trio already is like not together like that. That was fast as heck. It was weird, actually, if you really think about it. It's just like, dang, we didn't get some million. Let that freaking marinate. Like they just say, "Oh, we here. Wait, we're not together no more." Well, it is what it is. Well, that's true, but it sucks because characters say stuff like, "For Majestica, he did so much for us," and we're like, "Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Remember, because like that whole battle. What's that girl's name? The bunny chick. The bunny chick actually is a good example of a character that is like, okay, we're supposed to like her, right? And that's the thing. I like her design. Don't get me wrong, right? People cosplay this girl all the time. So far, from what I've seen, this is the only thing she's done thus far. So it's like, why is she such a pivotal character for everybody when she did one thing? Like, if you really think about it, how am I supposed to care about this chick for real? Like, really think about that. There's really not much outside of just her action that she just did that time, and now she's all Murko. Thank you, Murko. She lost her freaking arms. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. I don't want to say any more because I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil nothing. Let me calm down. It's just like it's weird to me of what we're doing. Like when it comes to that, but like that would be a perfect example of having a filler to get to know her a bit more. before all that. You know what I mean? Like there's so many other pro heroes that supposedly done things, but we haven't seen them do anything really. So it's like, that's what I'm just saying. Like, My Hero doesn't do a good job at developing their side characters. Like, there's so many characters in this world, but they don't do nothing with them. So it's just really weird to me. It's just really weird to me. So, probably follow him just saving the old lady's cat in a tree with his magical powers. So yeah, it could be interesting. That's the thing. Oh, you're thinking about it like in a way where it's just they're not gonna put any like actual effort into it. They could actually have a whole thing go on to make you care about it. Like I've seen shows, I've seen anime even do this, which is weird because like I always dog on shows that are like 5 episodes like a piece, like 5 minutes a piece. I mean, like do you know those little short like anime shorts, like 5 or 6 minutes? I've seen one where in 5 minutes. They were able to establish 3 characters and actually make me care about it. I don't know how the heck they did it, but they did it. It's impressive. I can't remember what the show is called. It was from like 2 seasons ago, and I decided to watch it. And I was like, oh, okay. The premise is very interesting, and the character is kind of interesting within said premise. I was like, okay, then it's like you can do stuff like that to make me care. I mean, Cyberpunk Edge Runners is also a good example of something that is going at a fast pace, but still allowing you to care about the show. You know what I mean? Like, it was still able to establish itself with its world and with its characters. Like, you can make an episode where we can start caring about. I mean, look at Cowboy Bebop, actually. I can go back to that and refer to something that a lot of us have seen. Cowboy Bebop is a little bit, in a lot of ways, well, in a lot of ways, actually, not a little bit, a lot of ways, very episodic, right? And even with some of those one episode parts and stuff, you'll see how you can care about even some of the side characters in that one episode, or they can be memorable in that way. I just feel like they could do stuff like that for My Hero Academia, you know? Someone who saves other heroes in that war. Yeah, true. Like some pro heroes need a little something to help them stand out. Yeah, facts. Because like even with their design, it's not like they're gonna make me care about them like that. Because okay, cool. Like okay, you look kind of nice, but like what we doing though? Back I mean, he's even a top 50 hero, but true. Great, thank you, Ace. That's another great example. Like we care about Fat Gum. Fat Gum was actually around. You know, he actually did quite a bit of things. You know what I'm saying? So we actually care about this character like this. He actually even had a whole fight. You know what I mean? It's a great example of what I'm talking about. Is what I mean. It's bad with too many characters. They need to be less. I don't know what hero should get. I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to do with it. I mean, I understand having a world that feels lived in, right? Because you need to have a bunch of characters in it. But like, it becomes a point where if you're not worrying about the other characters like that, it just becomes more bloated, more so than it actually is helpful for the story. You know what I mean? Dude, the movie Up establishes a whole relationship, marriage, and a more true. In 5 minutes, true. True. Yeah, in 5 minutes, it's able to just do all that. I'm not saying you need to go that fast with it, but like you have about 20 minutes of an actual episode, basically, right? Because outside of like the ending and the opening and stuff like that, you have about like at least 20 minutes or so of episodes that you can actually craft a story to make the characters be meaningful in some way. And they can even just do this. You know what? What we could have done? Let's go back into My Hero Academia a little bit, right? Because I just thought about it. Remember there was like a whole arc where it's like the school festival arc. Yeah, like. We already have, like, try to establish some of, like, the other classes and stuff like that. We could have done a bit more with trying to establish them a bit more to make them feel more important. But, like, other heroes could have been actually involved in this whole situation as opposed to this other villain that we ended up getting. And this is a whole little story arc that was happening within that. People didn't really care about it like that because, like, that guy's not even doing anything anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there was, like, that section that was right there. And then went back again, literally last season, like, half that season was about Class B and stuff like that, where it's like, okay, we already did this. We did exactly this the season before this. It's like, what are we doing? They didn't really even develop that much more. We have like, you know, that one dude with he's supposed to be like a villain, but he's not a villain. You know what I mean? Like it's like there could have been more time to actually utilize some of these other heroes there as opposed to what they decided to do. because there's so many other outlets and ways they could have actually set this stuff up and had a few episodes where it just focused on some other people. But Deku always had to be there. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. Wait, what? You want a room tour? I mean, this is pretty much the whole room here, but yeah, I've been getting a lot of Chainsaw Man stuff. As you see, like, it's a Chainsaw Man corner at this point. I got all the manga that's currently out right now. I will be getting volume 12 whenever that thing drops. So, you know, it's just there's not really much going on here. And no dialogue, 100%. Yeah, the washing machine. Hey, look, he was washing up the crime scene. What you mean? It's funny enough, I've seen him around more than like even some of the other top heroes. It's like, why? Like, my thing is like, how is he? Was he like one of the top heroes actually? That washing machine dude? Like, is he like number 10 or something? Like, how? What's he doing? Can he fly? Like, I always ask these questions about some of these heroes that they have, because I've been always saying this. Like, fortunately, you've seen this. I talked about this, where it's like some of these heroes just actually trash. Like, how are they there? Like, between the villains, like versus the villains got so much power, it makes no sense. Whereas like the heroes just like what are these abilities and how are they even top? I don't get it. You would number. That's what I'm saying. See, how is he number 8? How is he number 8? How's the washing machine? What is he doing? Yeah, I think he might be a Chainsaw Man fan. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, just a little bit maybe. You know, it's not my favorite series, but it's just like it's definitely a series I like. You know, but like, don't mind the background, okay? I mean, look, I understand that, right? But you got to remember, these are supposed to be like the top hero. He's number 8. You telling me number 9 and number 10 can't keep up with this sucker? You know what? Hold up. Let me see if I can find a list. Is there let me see. Hero. No, top 10. Top 10. Come on, keyboard. Top 10 heroes. Let me look at this. What? I don't know what I think that was. Okay. Oh, perfect. Yo, can you get this thing out the way? All right, perfect though. So let's oops. my bad. My bad. All right. Let's do this. I don't know what happened there. Does it show? Okay, yeah, it does. All right. Let's just look at this. Let's just look at this list real quick, right? You know, it doesn't have to be the biggest thing, but look at this. Look at this. You got these are the pro heroes right here. You know what I'm saying? These are the pro heroes right here. So obviously, look, Endeavor is number 1. You got Hawks over here, number 2. Best Genius is number 3. Like, these guys are goated. They're good. X-Shot's not even that bad, but I wish we saw a bit more about this character. Mirko's number 5, and like I said, she barely has done anything, so it's just like, with everything going on with her, I don't want to say too much about her, but it's like, but she's not bad, right? Crush is a great example of a character that we've just found out, but unfortunate events happened, okay? So then we have Kamui Wood at number 7. Isn't he like a new guy? And yeah, look, Wash is number 8. Who? Look, how? So, okay, look, I know this chick. This is like the dinosaur dragon lady, right? Yes, dragon lady. Why the heck is she number 10 and Wash is number 8? How? Please, I would love to see a fight between them just right now. Who actually gonna win this battle? Is this freaking washing machine really about to wash up a whole dragon? Like, it's just, washing machine is stronger than a Grand Orca, bro. Tell me how this makes sense. You can wash them out. Well, I was clearly paying somebody off. Something going on, man. He will crumble. I'm just saying. Actually, no, bro. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. That's all I'm trying to say. It's like, I would love if we could at least get one episode of Wash. I want to see. There has to be something up with him, right? There's got to be another base ability we don't know about. You know, like there's got to be something that makes him interesting, that makes him number 8. There's got to be, right? So far, I haven't seen anything, but that's the problem with My Hero Academia with these side characters. They don't showcase these suckers enough. So I'm just saying. You watch Bias Place on number 8. He said, look, I got the funds and the means, you know, just I'm gonna slide that in there for you, you know. You know, don't worry. It's not wet. Don't worry. The money is good. You know, it's good. It's good on me. Okay. You see soon to go come and fight? What you mean? Well, you read the manga? Oh, just watch everyone's quirks. Hey, yo, look. If he has a way to like nullify some abilities, you should have brought this sucker with Shigaraki then, if that's the case, right? Like put that sucker in, put Shigaraki in Wash, and it's over, right? Done. This sucker OP then, if that's the case. why we need freaking the dude with the eyes? Like, look, his eyes cannot be working. He's a whole washing machine. If he loses, he's dead. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Look, I'm just saying. I don't know why we went on a tangent all of a sudden with that, but look, these heroes, it's weird where they're placed. It's really odd where they're placed. Okay, like it don't make sense. Popularity is a factor. Okay, then all right. Again, this is a dragon lady. Okay, I will argue with this. And Grand Orca is freaking cool as heck. Okay, you're telling me a washing machine's more popular than a freaking whole Grant? Look at this guy. A dragon? It's a mythical creature right there. You talking about you don't get to see that every day. You see a washing machine every day. You wash your clothes. Like, why is like sit here with his quirk? The last wash bender. Okay. Oh. Where you saw this first. Honestly, you know what? Look, maybe I'm not giving him enough credit. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm done. let's not keep let's not roast this man anymore. You know, he's already like washing up all that fire anyways. You know, he ain't affected by it. He ain't affected by it. We can get like whole OVAs of them playing baseball. I forgot about that. You absolutely right. See, I'm just saying, like, I don't hate My Hero Academia. I just know I love the way the world has been built. I even like where we're heading and how this whole thing transformed. I just wished they did more with it, especially with the other characters being in there, so that they can actually have some meaning. Because it's like it's I don't know, it's ridiculous. You have an amazing quirk, but you can use it properly and to its fullest and best ability. I mean, yes. Like I said, I'm not hating on Wash. I just really need to know what the heck he did to get to number 8, like, and why people like him like that. If they, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just need to know. Like, they need to actually just showcase him more. This would be real life. He would be like 80. Yeah, I don't even think he'd be on the freaking list like that. With some of the abilities in this show, I don't even think he'd be on the list like that. But I will say this. Wow, let me get past this rant. So we talk about a little bit about the state of play. But there's one last thing I want to say here. If this thing doesn't break on me, I guess I can't say that because like apparently it wanted to freeze my screen for some reason. I don't know what happened there. All I was gonna say is that Wash can be just like the squirt bottle guy, because that gives him hope that he can be good. So yeah, I'm frozen right now. I don't know why I did that, but you know, like, you know, it is what it is. Give me 1 second. Actually, let me just turn this off so we don't do that again. All right, all right, y'all see that? All right, yeah. There's no sound. There's no sound on that scene. There's no sound on that scene. I thought I was gonna be quick with it, but then for some reason, I don't know why it looked like that. Why is my stuff keep breaking when I'm on YouTube? This becomes a video later, so they see this. It was washed all along. He washed up my appliances. This is why my camera's struggling. This is why my camera's struggling right now. God, I'm sorry, Wash. I'm sorry. I should have never said anything. I should have never disrespected you. Look, this is my formal apology. I hope that you understand. All right. Look, we're almost done here, anyways. Let's talk about the state of play real quick. Get the camera, please. Can you stop flickering? What is that green bar that's happening? Oh my God. Posted bootleg heroes in the Discord. Look, man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I would like to give it a shot. Alan, please. You clear your rap break. You're right. Look, we're gonna clean it up right now because we're going to the state of play. So, have y'all even like seen what was going on? There's only like one real topic I kind of want to talk about, and that is the Cammy design, actually. Surprisingly enough, yes, I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Because Cammy got a new design. I'm not hating on Cammy. I just want to throw it out here right now. I really don't like the fact that it keeps doing that. That's really bothering me. I'm going to be real. I got Nintendo. That's good. That's good. What you mean? Look. That's good. Good job, man. But no, yeah. So Cammy got a new design. I actually don't like it, but I think I'm not gonna say it because there's other people that hate on it, right? Because Cammy cheeks are not like out there, right? Because Cammy, you see in Street Fighter, she usually has like this little leotard outfit on, and then you can see all her cheeks and this and that. You know what I mean? Like she's just very, very cheeky character is the thing. You don't know how you not know who Cammy is? If you know anything about Street Fighter, she's like one of the main characters in Street Fighter. Yeah, that Cammy. Yeah, her. Yeah, she has like the green little like things on her legs and stuff like that. I don't know, Alan. I don't know. My camera is acting real stupid. Look, acting real stupid. Yeah, thank you for the goddamn link real quick. Look, I want to try something. Hold on a minute. Okay. You know what? I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm broke now. Yeah. You know what? You say you sent me a link. You sent me a link. Let me go. Oh, the camera just. Oh. All right. Oh. I don't know what's going on. Andy, welcome in. I am struggling right now with this goddamn screen. But all I'm trying to say when it comes to Cammy for the show now, dang, look, I don't know what's happening. It's like this stuff just wants to be stupid. We're just gonna have this whole thing here. No, I was already broke before this. All right, don't worry. Yeah, we can, as long as you can hear me. At the end of the day, as long as you can hear me, we're good. The reason why I don't like the design is that it doesn't even look like Cammy. I didn't realize that was even Cammy until like later in the video showcase when they showed her name and everything. I was like, oh, that's Cammy, because she didn't look like Cammy at all. Like her style gameplay looks like Cammy a little bit, but it's like she looks very generic. Like her character design is just generic looking. I'm just like, I wish they had something outside of that little scar on her face that gives you a hint that it is Cammy, because otherwise she just looks like any other woman in a way. It's weird that they decided to kind of go that route with it, in my honest opinion, right? And I'm not saying that she needed to have that whole get up, have her cheeks out and all that, but it's like what they did with Chun-Li. Chun-Li still has the hips. Chun-Li still got freaking super thick thighs and stuff like that. It's kind of weird that Cammy don't got that same type of build that she's always had. They kind of like condensed her a bit more, so she's not looking like herself in that regard either. So it's just like there's a lot to her that's just not her. Like, you know, outside of the scarf thing, they could have easily had like the pants have that same type of design on her legs that she has, right? Just on the pants or something. Then, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind them having a different design. It's just that you got to make sure that there's things about them that you know it's still them. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing about it. Like Cammy feel like they kind of lost a little bit in her design here. So that's just my argument. Why I don't particularly, I'm not that fond of it. I'm not that fond of that style. But Andy, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well outside of, you know, I mean, I'm out here breaking and struggling, you know what I'm saying? Yes, go to site. Oh, like, why are you telling me not to do that? It's just there it is. Okay, you actually dropped the whole thing here. Yeah. See, this is actually not a bad example of what I'm talking about. Where this is how our design look, right? So we'll where is the video capture? I thought I had a scene that's a little bit different than this, but I don't see it here on this particular one. So I'm assuming it just broke. So we're just gonna do video capture thing right here. Even though we could probably move this over here then if that's the case. But yeah, like I look at this. And you kind of just like see the designs here. Now, like I said, she don't have to have it all like this. But I just feel like they could have done a bit more to really highlight her and some of the other parts of her design. Looking at it back and forth like this looks a little bit better. This does look a little bit better than actually seeing it from like the video packs that they had. I will say that. But like, look at her face. Like, look at her face right here. In this picture here, like honestly, they don't really look the same like that either. But she always has a hat on. That's the other thing too. Actually, now I'm realizing it's like there's something else that's missing with her. But like she don't have like the gauntlet hand. You know what I mean? Like there's like the certain design situation with her where they could have done a little bit different to really highlight. This is still Cammy though. You see what I mean? It's a little different. It's a little different. Did I hear thighs? And you heard a little bit of something. Yes. Look. I'm glad you're doing all right, Andy. I'm glad you're doing all right. Thighs save lives. Can't go stream without bringing up thighs, but I get you. What you look at Cammy? What you mean? Yeah, this is the comparison though. This is the comparison though. I do see it. So she has one gauntlet thing right there, but she doesn't have on the other hand like that, which is it doesn't even look the same. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I just felt like it's kind of funny to see you have to see more of her abs actually in this design here as opposed to the legs. So they said this is more of an ab showcase than the leg showcase, but it is different. It is different. I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate the design, but I didn't recognize her like that. Is my thing. She didn't really scream Cammy to me necessarily. Because like even with any design they decide to do with Chun-Li, you know Chun-Li is Chun-Li, like no doubt. All right. Yeah, her stance is actually way different. Like in this pose, actually. Now you're thinking, now I'm seeing that actually. At least Street Fighter 4 the most. Well, why you say that? Huh? I'm kidding. I'm not saying you're sus here. I'm just throwing it out there. But yeah, we already talked a little bit about the whole thing when it comes to the Ninja Storm collection. I don't know why we're doing the Ninja Storm collection. We need to just make a new one and just call it a day and try to rebuild that world of Naruto within games. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like even Dragon Ball Z kind of struggles at this point when it comes to having that mainstay that people that actually play those games. You know what I mean? I don't know, because like I feel like anime games in general, I think are at a point where they're just not. I wouldn't say they're not playable, but they're not as engaging and as fun, or maybe I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. There's something about them that are just not. They're not working the same way as they used to, in my opinion. But I can only say so much because I was younger at the time with some of these anime games. Like again, I always refer back to like Tenchi Budokai and all that stuff. The Budokai series. So I can refer to that, and even some of the Ninja Storm series games. But like, that's a while ago. So maybe it's just like the landscape of gaming might be different with why this is not working in the way that it was working back then. Maybe that's what it is. I never played Street Fighter. I've only played like I think I've touched Street Fighter 5 and 4 and the rest of them. But I never actually played it. I'm not like a big Street Fighter gamer. I do play Tekken, which they also had a showcase for that as well. They had another character, which I think that was a little while ago though. I don't think it was actually part of the showcase, but they did reveal a character a little while ago. But she's good. She does her thing. She does her thing. All right. There's a few other characters that got introduced in here too. There was like I think a Hispanic character that got introduced. Her design's nice. I like her design. Her design's pretty good. And overall, way her play style is, it looks pretty nice as well. So I like what I saw. I like what I saw. Like this like game wise, it looks good. It still looks good. I was always more of a Tekken and Soul Calibur player. Same, Anna, 100%. I'm literally like you on that. I played more Tekken and more Soul Calibur than Street Fighter or like Injustice or stuff like that, because I'm pretty picky when it comes to my fight games. Both Street Fighter, at least these newer ones, both Street Fighter and Injustice feel kind of stiff and clunky feeling. Like you don't have total control of your character is what it feels like. Whereas Tekken and in Soul Calibur, you have more fluid movement, I feel. So that's why I like those games a bit more. BlazBlue's not even bad either. But I like that type of fighting gameplay is my thing. Yeah. Yes, we can actually play. If you have the game or whatever, look, we can throw it down if you want to. I'm just saying, all right. But that's how I feel about it. Cause I don't know how y'all feel about when it comes to like fighting games in general, like what games you decide to like go towards. Part of the reason why I was playing like Ninja Storm and the rest of them in the first place, because I like a more freeing type of experience when fighting, you know? Unless you're for the content I've consumed, a few episodes of a show, and yo, that's the only time. Yo, that's crazy. Now that show's good though. That one's a good Street Fighter show, all things considered. I'm not challenging you. I'm demanding to fight you. There's a difference. I'm just kidding. No. I'm kidding. But yeah, I think we kind of like derailed just a little bit, obviously, within this stream when it comes to some of the topic at hand here, because we need to bring it back at the end of the day. I do feel like this is not a bad decision that the anime movies are doing. I just hope that they're not like gonna make it to where like the last episode airs in the movie theaters and then we have to wait like 3 or 4 months before we actually can see the last episode of a show we're enjoying. That's where my concern kind of comes in, because they might start diving deeper into it where we have like an hour and 30-minute long like last episode, and they said, you know what, we're gonna put it in the movie theaters. I'm hoping they don't go that route with it. I don't mind having like canon movies like this with how things are structured with it now. I just hope that it doesn't go to that level of it, because that will be a problem for me. I gotta go. All right, Alan, we're about to get out of here anyways too. So hey, I'll see you around, my guy. So let's throw down. Like fighting games with diverse characters and also character creation is always a plus for me. 100%. If we can take one thing away from this, is that we need a Wash movie, maybe in a trilogy. 100%. We need that information, bro. He's top 8, and it's gotta be there for a reason. All right. ALT might be like that. True. Crap. See, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's true, because they're all like breaking it up in a weird way right now. God dang it. This is what I'm saying. So I'm just hoping for the best. It's got a point there, though. See, this is why I'm scared. This is why I'm concerned. But guys, thank y'all for being here. Like this video if you can, real quick. It helps with the algorithm to be able to push this out. Even though I don't even know if people want to really see this, because this thing's all messed up at this point, man. Like, look at this. Look at this quality. Just 1080p with them bars. I don't know about that. Yeah, big oof. My favorite anime about to get this type of treatment. We'll find out if this is a good or bad thing. So look like this in due time. When this whole season's done, we'll go back to this topic once ALT gets finished, and we'll see how we feel about it. How about that? We're gonna see how this goes. I can understand the Avatar. like 100%. Like I love the series, so I'm always gonna care about it. But like the way they're doing it is killing the hype. It's just killing the show. It sucks that they're doing something like this for a series that is beloved by so many people. But it's cash grab. It's about the money, man. It's always been about that. But like I said, like this if you can. Comment Cammy if you watched all this. Comment Cammy in the comment section if you watched it all. I appreciate that. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Drink your goddamn water, take your goddamn vitamins, and I will see you all next week because we'll be back streaming on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday actually. So we're gonna get back to our regular scheduled streams. So be there on the Twitch channel, and then obviously we're not gonna do Chainsaw Man because it's on break again, and we'll be back over here on the YouTube channel either Wednesday and or Thursday. So just be on the lookout. Hey, no problem, guys. No problem. Appreciate y'all. You all even being here. God dang it. Till then, people, break out the